Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name's Marika de Cruz, and my very good friend, got off to a really good start, haven't I? My very good friend Francis has asked me to compare this evening's events. But I'd first like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, on whose land we meet today. I pay my respects to the elders past and present, and also to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples that are here tonight. In preparing for this evening's event, I started to think about how truly lucky I am. I was lucky enough to be born to parents who, after experiencing the terrible loss of 3 miscarriages, were more than thrilled to welcome a little baby girl into this world. I was also lucky enough to be born into a country that values girls as much as boys, that educates girls alongside boys, and to the same level. And in actual fact, in this country, more young women graduate from university than do young men. I was lucky also to be told that I could grow up to do anything that I wanted, be anything that I wanted. Being a girl wasn't a barrier, it's just a fact. I'm a girl, deal with it. I remember my primary school music teacher had a poster in her classroom, which was a remnant of the old Girls Can Do Anything campaign. And as a precocious 10-year-old, I thought, of course girls can do anything. When I was 6, I remember watching Kieran Perkins win the 1500 metre freestyle at the 1992 Atlanta Olympics on TV. Right then and there, I made up my mind about 2 things. First of all, Kieran Perkins is super cute and I have a crush on him. Second, I too wanted to go to the Olympics one day and represent my country. I'm lucky also because my parents supported this dream. They got up early to take me to training for 5 a.m. sessions. They paid for my trips away. They put off family holidays so that I can train for the state champs, which often, most inconveniently, were held in January. And they not only supported me in my dream, but they encouraged me. And more importantly, they believed in me. So when I did go to the Olympics, many years later, it was so special for me that they were there too, that they were sharing our success together. More recently, I've been thinking about equality in sport. And Ronda Rousey aside, women rarely get the chance to be the main event in sport. Women's sports either pushed to SBS or put on late night TV, or more likely not even televised at all. But I'm lucky because in my sport, the sport of swimming, we're actually really equal. Our women earn the same amount in prize money and in salary from our national federation. We're on TV at the same time as our men during competitions, and we train and race alongside each other. Our men grow up learning that women make tough trainers, probably even tougher competitors, and good friends. And we respect each other because we all know we all work hard, and we work hard alongside one another. But with this feeling of luck also comes a small tinge of guilt. I know that I'm a very, very small minority in this world. In many countries, baby girls are not cherished, but thought of as a burden. They're not educated, and when they are, it's often not to the same level as their brothers. And it doesn't stop there. I don't need to tell you guys. Female genital mutilation, oppression, abuse, and forced early marriages are all just some of the ordeals that, honestly, I can't even begin to fathom, but are a daily part of life for many women and young girls in parts of the world. My very good friend Francis is unlike anyone that I actually know in this world. A few years ago, he saw a stranger being harassed on a train in Melbourne, and he stepped in for this stranger. And of course, anyone who knows Francis will smile to hear this story. He became almost immediate close friends with this man. In 2011, he travelled to his new friend's home in Peshawar, Pakistan, and automatically fell in love with the place and the people. So in September 2013, when twin suicide bombers killed over 100 people and left more than 100 children orphaned, he knew he had to do something. And unlike anyone else I know, he actually did something, and not just posted about it on Facebook. In 2014, in January, he had his first Skype conference with a few other young people in Peshawar, and now, less than 2 years later, his school is fully operational. What an absolute achievement. Please, a round of applause. But like everything in this world, the Peshawar School for Peace does cost money. Not much money to run by our standards, mind you, but more than Francis can continue to fund on its own. Just to give you an idea, it costs about $1,500 a month to keep the school operating. This covers 2 teachers, electricity, rent and materials. Bargain, really. But Francis has largely been covering these costs by himself for the last 8 months since the school's been up and running. So we do ask you tonight, if you do have anything you can afford to give, please do. Just $40 a month pays for a child to attend school. It includes transport, books, and their tutelage. $40. $40 can make a real difference in a little girl's life. But of course, we will appreciate anything that you can afford to give. So if you can afford and you would like to, please see our people at the front at the end. Alright, without much further ado, it's enough from me. I'd like to introduce the absolute superstar of this event, the man who hasn't only put all this together tonight, but actually put the whole school together. Please join me in welcoming my very good friend, Francis Ventura.
Can you all hear me okay? Does that work? Oh, wonderful. If you don't mind, I hope I don't make anyone dizzy. I get a bit restless behind the lectern, so I'm just generally restless most of the time anyway. So I'll just speak behind you if I may. So, Assalamu alaikum, shalom, g'day. Thank you all so much for joining us here tonight. And before I commence, if I may also pay my respect to the traditional owners and eternal owners of this land, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, who I hope in the spirit of reconciliation we can achieve a true reconciliation with our Aboriginal brothers and sisters one day. And I recognise the incredible role that Aboriginal people play in Australia's cultural, political, social, sporting and indeed business lives. And thank you all very much for joining us today. So Marika, as always, is making me blush. We're extremely good friends, also happen to be work colleagues, and she's generally making me blush for most of the day. So hopefully I'm not, there's a camera at the back there, so hopefully I'm not glowing bright red at the moment. But I suppose just a little bit of a background of the story of the school. So as Marika mentioned, I went to Pakistan a few years ago now. And for anyone, and we have a few Pakistani friends with us here today, for anyone who's been to Peshawar before, it's known as Pashtunwali, the hospitality that's there. It is the most beautiful hospitality you'll ever experience anywhere in the world. The people are so incredibly kind to the point where you at a restaurant, someone without you knowing will go and pay for you. I remember I was flying to Kabul and I was driven to Islamabad airport, which is about a 2.5 hour drive or something, and the driver was refusing payment. He said, "No, please, you are a guest in my country. You must, this is my gift for you." And obviously I couldn't accept. I had to leave the money on his dashboard. He was married. He had 5 kids. He was captain of his cricket team. But it was going to be his only job for the day was bringing me to the airport, and he was still going to refuse money. That just gives you an idea of how beautiful and generous the people are. And in this context, the city changed forever in many ways. In September 2013, there was a twin suicide bomb attack on the All Saints Christian Church. And I remember at that time I said, "This is it. We can't sit here anymore." One of my very good lifelong friends, Sam, we were housemates at the time. He remembers that time, and we just decided that, look, we're going to try and make something possible, a peace project, something which focuses on girls' empowerment and interfaith harmony. And so we spent a few months putting together a proposal, spoke with the now team in Pakistan in January 2014. A lot of pulling out your hair kind of moments, sleepless nights, all that sort of thing, hours typing away at a laptop, and here we are today. So the idea behind the school, and to give you a bit of context, in this part of Pakistan, only 35% of girls are literate. And when we say literate, this is at primary school standards. If you think what that means for the rights of these women when they grow up, they're illiterate. They don't have the chance to find a high-paying job. They don't have the chance to know about their rights, let alone defend their rights. What does this mean for Pakistan? If only 35% of its women are educated to primary school level, it's obviously going to impact the country as a whole. And then in terms of interfaith harmony, Peshawar is one of the most incredibly diverse cities in the world. It used to be a trading hub during the Silk Road. It has about 35,000 Sikhs who are there, who've been there for hundreds of years, has a thriving Hindu, Christian and obviously Muslim community. So we thought, let's focus on two critical pillars, interfaith harmony and girls empowerment. Because if we can achieve those, if we can empower girls and we can bring communities together in the spirit of social cohesion and a common humanity, just imagine the beautiful things that we'll be able to achieve, not just for Pakistan, but for all of humanity. And it's been an incredible journey. We're blessed now with a team of about 6 staff, including 2 teachers. We have a principal who you'll be hearing from very shortly, assistant country director, and who I should mention specifically is Alina, Dr. Alina Ali Shah. And I believe we have a representative from the Pakistan Medical Association here tonight. Dr. Alina Ali Shah, this is to give you a context of what, so despite all the challenges that are faced by not just women, but everyone in Peshawar, across Pakistan, but particularly Peshawar, what the people there have to face. So Dr. Alina Ali Shah, she's from a city called Chitral in northern Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. She's the first girl in her family not only to finish high school, but to finish university. She's soon to graduate, or she's graduated with a medical degree. And notwithstanding all of the threats that have been made, not just on her, but her family, particularly her father, you know, why are you allowing this girl to show her face in public? Why are you letting her go to school? All these sorts of things. She's persisted, and you'll see her, she's the most incredibly courageous, tough, compassionate person you'll meet. And she says, I'm not going to let these people stand in the way. I have a dream to become a doctor, not just because it's a personal goal of mine, but because think of all the people that I'll be able to heal and the gift that she'll be to humanity. And she's persisted, and she's now a doctor. And if that didn't end there, she now helps to run this project on the ground in Pakistan. These are the incredible people, and in this project, and this is where you come into it, all of you who are here today come into it. Because this isn't just, you know, the Francis Ventura and, you know, Nade is our country director, the Francis Ventura and Nade show. This is a grassroots initiative of people in Australia and in Pakistan. This isn't just one person, you know, stroking a pen or, you know, tapping away at a laptop and, you know, making things happen like that. This is a grassroots thing. This belongs to you. From day one, this has been a community-led initiative. And in Peshawar, it's exactly the same. It's not about one people, it's not about a group of people. It's about a community who are coming together. It took a lot of time for Nade, who I should also mention, inshallah, he'll be president of Pakistan one day. Her Excellency, Joan, you have some wonderful young people in Pakistan, let me assure you, some of the most inspiring people I've ever met. I'm sure hopefully he'll become president one day. For him to go and meet with the Christian community leaders, the Hindu community leaders, the Sikh community leaders, we're in a city where trust is quite low, took him a lot of time, and he managed to do it. And they're part of the project, and it's such a beautiful thing that we're achieving from here. Many of you may have seen the photographic exhibition we have out there. When we opened the school in March this year, was the first time Sikh, Hindu, Christian, Muslim community leaders came together and opened a school or worked on some kind of peace project together. And to quote, and it was either in Dawn or the Express Tribune, I can't remember which one, to quote a journalist who covered that event, to quote her words directly, Anam Gill, she's a fantastic journalist, said it was a sight to behold in Peshawar. So this just gives you an idea of what we, communities in Australia and communities in Pakistan, have been able to achieve together. Bringing together communities who have never been in contact before. I was in, just when I went to Pakistan last year, a couple of weeks before, there was a targeted killing on a Sikh business and 2 men were killed. This is why the mistrust exists in Peshawar. We've come together, we've built this beautiful project. I remember the days when it was literally just a piece of paper, pulling my hairs out, as Sam can testify, having to, you know, ask for forgiveness for, you know, missing social engagements because, you know, I've been Skyping with my team. Nade is now my bai, hope I've pronounced that properly, brother. And we're in contact every day and we make this possible. And thanks to all beautiful people such as you, many people who I perhaps never would have otherwise have met, but have since met as a result of this project. And in Pakistan, it's the same thing. We're coming together and we're doing something beautiful. And I say that sincerely. Nowadays we have, for instance, just to speak about some of our programs, Saweda, the founder of which, Nouria Afridi, was shot dead, assassinated a few years ago. She's from the tribal areas of Pakistan, just because she had the audacity to speak about women's rights in Pakistan. She was shot dead by the Taliban. Seeds of Peace, who are focused, who we're going to be we are working on for the Interfaith Harmony projects, bringing the different kids from the different communities together. And Women's World Wide Web, who are based in Paris, who are funding, and you'll see some of the pictures, and you'll also see some of the ladies in the video, who are part of an ICT training program. So digital inclusion is a key aspect of any human rights project. And obviously particularly in Peshawar, where at the same time, if we can increase literacy standards among women, but also give them digital skills, they'll both be able to access their rights, defend their rights, and become more employable. And I'm very proud that we now have 50, so there are 22 kids in the school. There are 2 classes, a total of 22 kids. And we have 50 women as part of the ICT training program, which is funded by Women's World Wide Web, run in conjunction with SOETA. 24 of these 50 women are from minority communities. Just about all of them are marginalised in some way. They're from a minority community, they've left an abusive relationship. 90% of women at some stage in their life will experience domestic abuse in Pakistan. Some are widowed, some are obviously from very low socioeconomic backgrounds, socioeconomically disadvantaged backgrounds. And by getting them involved in this kind of project and training them up in a free 4-month program, we teach them ICT skills, and they're able to unleash their potential and achieve what they want to do. So it's been an incredible journey so far. I'm just one of many people. I'm just one person in a large group of people who have made this happen. We're bringing communities of different faiths and different cultural backgrounds together. We're empowering women. We're building connections between Australia and Pakistan, the 2 sort of loves of my life. In these ways, I love Australia and I love Pakistan. They're both obviously extremely close to my heart. When I'm in Pakistan, people don't think I'm a foreigner. They say foreigner. They say, no, you're talking about foreigner. You're a Pakhtun or a Pathan. You're from Peshawar. What are you talking about? They don't actually believe me. So, and all of you are part of this tonight. So, thank you very much, all of you, for coming. You'll be inspired when you see the wonderful, our wonderful principal, Javeria Sohail, and our assistant country director, Dr. Alina, who will be addressing you on the video. You'll see the kids playing, you'll see the ladies with their laptops, and as Malala Yousafzai said once upon a time, and the Malala Fund are a supporter of this project. I met with their team in New York last year. As she said, the thing that scares extremists the most is girls with a pen. So if one girl is, if one girl is enough, one girl with a pen is enough to scare an extremist, just imagine a whole school of girls holding pens. A school of dozens, or in this case 50 women with laptops. We must be causing them an absolute nightmare. And you know what? We're not going to stop. We're only going to keep on going. We look forward to the day when one of these girls goes on to become president of Pakistan, or joins the army, also becomes a doctor, perhaps becomes a member of parliament, perhaps becomes a diplomat, perhaps becomes a poet. Who knows? We have a wonderful poet, Musa, who's the High Commissioner's wonderful husband, is a poet. They can achieve whatever they want. And all of this is possible because we in this room are making it possible. So I just want to thank you all so much from the very bottom of my heart. The team will be thanking you very shortly, and you'll see the kids there. Please support in any possible way. I can never thank you enough in words. All I can absolutely promise you, as you'll see, and please like us on Facebook. We update it very regularly with programs that we run and the pictures and all these sorts of things. All I can promise you is that you will be very much in direct contact, not just supporting something and the money goes who knows wherever. You will see very directly where your support goes, and that is the smiles of these beautiful children, these women who otherwise would have no opportunities in life. We're giving opportunities. That's the only way I can thank you, is to assure you that these individuals in Pakistan and these communities that we're helping, it's all possible because of the generosity of the beautiful people who are here today and the wider Australian community. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for coming. We have 2 wonderful speakers. They're both up here, Dr. Marine Faruqi and Her Excellency Naila Chauhan, both incredibly inspiring women who have achieved great things in their own right. And we'll be hearing from them, and you'll have the chance to ask them a question sometime later. I'll be sticking around afterwards. Please feel free to come and ask me anything you like. We would absolutely welcome your support, either tonight or ongoing support. And without that, I'll stop annoying you, and I'll head down and start the video, and I look forward to meeting you all. Thank you so much for coming.